Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I want to do some more work on my little doe. I've finished stitching her, so I guess the hard work's done. So I feel like she definitely is part of the series of 4 little animals that I will use to make a scrappy bag, same system as this Japanese rice bag. So Bunny's done, little doe is nearly done. So lace and morsels of fabric it is. So let's begin. I've got with me my little scrappy bag. I might just zoom up a little bit. I've got some pins, I've got my lace, I've got my little container of tatting. So yeah, I guess let's go. It's first of all, I need some little pieces to sit around the boundary that are fabric, if I recall, is what I did last time. Like so. Sometimes they got covered. Sometimes they, why is it every time I turn the camera on, Pepper and Bandit go? I can hear heaps of dogs way up the street. So there's a message coming down. Pepper, Peach, Pepper, Pepper, look at me. Don't. Oh gosh, the dogs are going crazy. My 2 will join any second. I tell you, you just can count on them. How will we do this? Need some little pins. I think I'll just throw a few scraps of fabric around first. And once I'm happy with the layout of, you know, everything, it's then invisible stitch, you know, the drill. And that will, oh gosh, yes, got to have a bit of this. That one there was a good little scrap. It just sort of fit there. Nothing that can't be moved if we change our mind, of course. Gotta have a little bit of this. I use that up that side. I need bigger scissors. I might square it off because that's annoying me, the fact that it's not square anyway. But things like that annoy you too, or you're not too worried. That's probably a disorder. Oh yeah, I like that there. And these are just used as a bit of a border, and then lace comes in from there to soften it even more. If that's the theory behind it. I do love this Japanese fabric. Let's square it up. Let's see what we've got. Nice little tassel-y bit. That looks good to me. It's a great way to use scraps, isn't it? When you can clear the deck of a few bits. Mind you, I've got more scraps than projects, so it's not like it's an issue. But it's certainly not a solution. Let's just pop that into there. Now, I keep looking at this ribbon. I've got a little feature piece. I'll just move that over. There's a little bit of feature, you know, like text or tape measure. That ribbon is sort of staring at me a bit, whether it makes it on there or not. It's a skinny little piece. I can hear kids laughing and carrying on out in the street. So that's what it is. The kids are riding their bikes, and the neighbourhood hounds have passed the message on that there's kids riding bikes coming. My two don't seem too concerned, so that tells me they know the kids. It's funny that they get to the fence and they're like, oh, we know you lot, you're the kids in the cul-de-sac. Then they settle right down. Very clever. I'm looking for some interesting fabric. A lot of that's the wrong colour. That's not too bad. It's a bit of a warmer white at least. Where I thought it was going is not where it's going, it would seem. There we go. I could do this type of slow stitch work all day. The basics of the construction, I won't trim that because it'll probably get covered anyway. You know, the start of it. Then you sit down and you're like, oh, here we go again, more stitching. But the getting it all in position, that's, yeah, really enjoy it. The formation of the project, I guess. I might just, where else could I put that? What about up here? Yeah, I like that. That'll edge up that corner. Try not to overthink it. If you're new to this and you're like, oh goodness, how do they do it? How do they do it? Well, just don't think. Just place it down. I know that's easy for me to say. This has been burning a hole for a while too. I think that's got great potential. So now it's about bringing in bits and pieces to make it look like there's a cluster of something going on around him, like forestry, scrub, undergrowth. When it was the rabbit or the hare, undergrowth. That one's got a bit of a stain on it and it's been rolling around and I'm wondering, can I use it and, you know, get rid of it out of my stash by disguising the fact or trimming it. What if I went like that? It just gets it off. Yeah, let's do it. I'm sick of looking at it. I've tried to get it out. I honestly think it actually looks like a drizzle of coffee. Maybe it got involved in an incident involving me and a spilt coffee that allegedly may or may not have happened way back when I was kicking off on the whole slow stitch journey. It's just all rumours. What else have we got in this little box of tricks? Let's put money to one side. See what else is in here. Methodically dig, girl. Don't just randomly slide all over this piece. We want some nice treasures. Oh, I could do this all day, fiddle around with lace. Now that's in the other one. That would give us consistency if there was a little bit of him popping in there as well. Maybe that could do something up there. The other one was down here. Don't mind that. I like how I can still see that vintage fabric through because it's a darker cream. So I'm actually take that little pin out. Bit of layering. What's this? Oh yeah. I think my original intention for this little basket was to hold scrap bits of lace too, if I do recall, but who knows. I did think in the last video that it could be good for tatting, all those little pieces. Wondering if I can get that to work. It's getting the right shape, isn't it? You've got indents here. If I disconnected that lace, it'd be a shame. Such a good morsel. It's just a little bit big. But it does work there. If that got taken off there, yeah, I think we can do it. We can take that off of there, and that gives us a little sprig that we could potentially use. We take this off of here, and just tilt it a little bit. We are losing that tulip to a degree, but I think I'm okay with that because I like how that looks like a bit of a plant growing there. Could do with some fabric there. I feel like we've got a patch that could do with a spot of something. When they start to get a few layers, those applique pins aren't your friend. But that's holding. So this little guy could come in like that. Yeah, like that. So it looks like we've got a bit of a plant creeping into the zone from behind, whatever that is. That's a branch. All right, let's random shape. He's been rolling around for some time. Got another little potential branch. I like its shape, but does it complement it? Probably not. There's the tape measure. Do we add another little piece? Consistency, I guess. What if it went under there? So you could see the 10. No, it sort of feels like a bit of an afterthought. Plus it's precious. I don't know if I'm ready to... Oh, what's that? Oh, now these came from Susanna. Remember the angel wings? No, it's just not quite right. Keep that because that might... No, changed my mind. What happened to that little piece? It's probably disappeared. Oh well, wasn't meant to be. I've got this. I like that. Yeah. So I need a big pin because we are getting thick. Pin goes away. Now, what other treasures? I like to put a doily. Wish I knew where that random leaf, there it is. So you might be able to tuck it in there. Hold it for one moment, girl. Let's keep rummaging. Really love a doily. Let's get some of this lace off the top out of the way. I've got all these big pieces in here that I would say I've just dumped. Been nibbling at that doily too for ages. It's like the gift that keeps giving. Oh, hello, what are you? Oh, it's too perfect of a piece to chop into. Oh, hello, here we go. This is what I want. Some of these little classic Corrine softeners. Maybe under there. Could do with a big one here. It'd have to be one in here. There's fabric. That should be in there. Tatting should be over there. Okay, you guys just talk amongst yourselves while I tidy up my lacy bits. Oh, hello. Look at you. Gosh, it's hard to keep you in frame. Like that. Yep. And maybe this little guy could actually come over here. So it looks like he's with his mate, but we'll tuck him in under that little piece. Okay. What else have we got? That's another morsel that hasn't got a home, but sort of fits this whole vibe. I really would like a big doily motif. Got a little scrappy bit of that. Sort of feel like I need something there along that bottom. Dig deep. Oh, I've been using this for ages. And it's like slowly disappearing. I don't mind that. Now it looks like he's behind a fence. No, we've got to have him looking like he's free. Don't put Bambi behind a fence. That's a bit overpowering, but that, there's a mark on it. That might get us through up here. There's a mark butt on it. Keep looking, keep looking. There's another floral piece. Surely there's a doily bit in here somewhere. Goodness sakes, has to be. What's that? Oh, why am I keeping that? It is seriously where a corner of lace has come together. Right, it's gone. Like, don't have a go at me. I just had to get rid of it because this is out of control. So I'd love some pieces like that, but not in pink. I often wonder if I was just to walk all of this over to the big bin, not the bin, and just upend it and then rummage it all around and then grab out another selection of things. I wonder, you know, how different would the selection be? Let's have a look at tatting. Oh, I have that little morsel. Oh, you're a precious little... Keep pulling it towards me and you guys won't see a bloomin' thing. No, this is not right. Nope. Nope. Am I being too finicky? Probably. Oh, imagine that stitched. Oh, that'll take it. Bloomin' ages. Let's just see what this tatting. So we've got the centre of something here with some little, very flower-like. I think that will work a treat. I'll leave it as big as I can and then find my position with it. Now, oh, she's so delicate. Is there a top and bottom? Sometimes I just can't tell with tatting. We've got 3 little bits coming off there, so let's, 4 little bits. Let's at least get them where we know it works. There we go. And then they can be stitched down so that their position is good. I have to do a little bit of repairing because if I tug on that little knot there, it's just disintegrating, but that's okay. We've done that before, a few well-placed stitches to hold a piece of lace from literally disintegrating. Yeah. I think there's a pin in under there too. I think we could save him while we know he's there because these bigger pins are coming in. Now, just feel like we need a bit of softness in here. No. Yeah. That'll support that tatting nicely. If I pop him up into that corner, it'll anchor it, or does it take away from the detail of it? I think it takes away from the detail of it. I like that. Let me just trim this. Yep. Now I wonder if we could utilize that piece, tuck the dirty lace under there and use that as the softening down the bottom and bring that guy up onto it. Yeah, I think that will work a treat. Bring that back over to there. It sort of adds a layer. Get a pin in there. And then if I can, maybe I turn that way. I know it's technically upside down. Bring him in more of the angle. See, I don't want to lose that patch on his back. Is there a pin under there before we get too carried away? No, but there is a pin here. Yeah, I like that a bit better. That peak is sort of going more into there. Let's put a pin into there. that's better. Instead of poking it under, I'm going to put it that way, and then I've got this little piece of shrubbery, because if we're going to sell the story that he's hiding in the bush, peeking out at people, like, you know, doesn't their mothers, yeah, they do, don't their mothers hide their little babies, and then they'll be nearby, hidden in the long grass? Gosh, who's watched Bambi lately? Is that what went down with Bambi? We won't go into the details of Bambi because we'll all be sitting here having a cry. I feel like that could actually go back down here. And we'll pretend that it's still attached, but just in a new location. Bambi was the first movie I watched at the drive-in theatre in Kingaroy when I was a youngster. I don't know if I cried. For sure I would have, but the trauma has gone from my mind. See, there's an open edge here. I'm sure I would have, because I've watched it since, you know, as an adult. When I was working at Blockbuster Video, it was one of those movies that you could pop on in the store because it was G-rated, and at certain times of the day you could only play those types of movies. So Bambi was a bit of a... But not every store could do it because it was such a well-loved VHS that a lot of the stores, their copy was just buggered. It was so scratchy. And I'm going to tuck this little guy into the story. I know it's a lot, but it's going to help hide the fact that that flower is damaged. I'd say when it was cut off of the bigger piece and just rolling around in my stash, it has just become a little bit weak just in there. You probably can't see. Trust me. We need to disguise the fact that that's... Yeah, so a store that did have Bambi as a VHS was getting rare. But it was certainly a good one to pop in to play during the day if there were any kids that come through. See, even little bits like that. I'm still ratting around. Oh, what if I use something like that as my feature? That'd be a bit of fun. So we're happy with all of that? I think we are. Doesn't matter if it overhangs a little bit everywhere, because at the end of the day, it's all stitched like I'm overcast stitching all the way through. I think we are nearly there. It's got some nice corner features, lots of different tones happening. Hello, baby, look at you. Okay, now, do we pop this in as our little... Now remember the top was right, the felt is there. Okay, so if we do it, it needs to be, I don't know. It could be cheeky and just put a 23 down here. No one will ever know what it's about, but I will. I might just do that. Well, then we're saving them, aren't we? We're not. We're squirreling them away for another day. Gee, that's a crooked cut. I'll just tuck it in there just to have a little bit of text in the piece. I'm a bit of a fan of writing or music. And just peek, putting a lot of effort into this. Peek through. Put it on top. I actually don't mind it on top. Only a sewer will look at that and go, oh, that's the colour testing thingy-majigger that's on the selvage. There we go. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Now let's bring Bunny in. There we go. Do they look like they're all part of the same piece? Yep. Excellent. So now's when I put my feet up. Look, there's another bit. Put my feet up with needle and thread and stitch. So, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. Oh, well. Oh, there's a piece of tatting that has been kicking around. Oh, and a flower. See, these are like little morsels that I take with me everywhere. Righto. Now we're sorting pins out. Oh my goodness, guys. I know you guys all do this. This is a professional outfit here. You know, everything's pre-prepared. Thimble with hole in it. It's going in the bin because I did get some more. So pre-prepared, video editing, not an idea before you start the video. Not really. Don't want the pressure. Don't want the pressure. I just want to sit down and play, and if you guys care to hang around, you do. If you don't, doesn't matter. At least I can chat away and feel like that someone's sitting here with me, even though I'm the only one in the room. Is that a bit odd? Don't usually talk to myself in general. It's only with you guys. All right, now we're happy. She's happy. Pins are organised. Now, where'd those tatting bits get to? That's a little flower. Let's trim it up a little bit. That's out of this piece of lace, which I got at Spotlight. And I have got so much value out of it. I love how it's an off-white. I always swing by the lace department and see if there's a roll of lace made up of lots of little interesting shapes or flowers. I just can't help myself. That's where it's going. See, little bits like that have been rolling around. They've got a home. Done. Now, where's that little piece of tatting? Because I'm sick of looking at it too. Here we are. Done. Tatting with tatting. Oh, it's so good when you use bits. Like that piece with that stain, I'd say has been popping up to be used. This is another piece that that's in there, you know, probably 50 centimetres of this. And it's just hasn't done. It's gone. You know, when you're always looking at the same things. Done. And I'd say this little basket, I know I did say it could be tatting. Yeah, it needs to be tatting. I just don't want to keep it like that anymore. So it's a tatting container. So tatting on the bunny. Oh, there's that big. This guy is there. And it actually works because it's just like a peekaboo. There's that. Oh, look, I need to finish this project in its entirety. Finish the project before I get rid of all that and refresh, because there's so many little pieces that are naturally drifting because I'm always dipping into this, you know, the same lace pond. Let's put it all back in there. Let's put the tatting in there. So I love it. If I ever want to do branches, you know, I've got little bit of twine. Oh, it's just yummy. And I love how it's got a handle. That goes in there, that in there. Bit of that, a lot of that, some more of that. See, there's the, do not trim one off because then I'll think it's, the, oh, hello, who are you? No. Nope, nope, next time. Okay, I think we're there. Let me just zoom in for a moment so you can have a closer look and see all of the layers. And there's Bunny. So it's still all connected. Lovely. Well, the plan is to start somewhere and start methodically stitching down every little piece of lace, because you don't want to be using this in your daily crafting and have bits flapping around everywhere. So I just focus on one piece of lace and methodically say, all right, that star, I'm just going to stitch around the star and forget about the rest. Just work the star, and you'll be surprised how quickly your piece comes together. But you need to be methodical. It's all well and good skipping all over the place when you're just, you know, tacking it down. But when it comes to this stage where it's in position and it's staying there, yeah, you've got to take your time. And that piece of lace, I'll do the outer perimeter, and then I'll start working back through the center, securing every 1/4 inch or so. If I have to remove a pin because it is just annoying me, I might then just go, righto, it's now secure it down because the pin is gone, and I might break my rule I just said and scoot back where the pin was, and then I know it's not going to wriggle on me. So yeah, that's it. So I might toddle off. I've got a few little chores I want to do this evening yet. I don't think I'll get to do the stitching. I'd like to think I would, but the girl has to cook some dinner, and then there's a couple loads of washing, and you know how it goes. Suddenly the evening's gone. Yeah, got a few chores to do. So I will say that tomorrow morning I will make a coffee, find a nice sunny spot, and I'll actually stitch this lace down. And then the project for the calendar, which has been created by the lovely Susanna from Vintage Blend Studios, for the month of May is complete. It's a nice quick one. Sometimes I take 4 episodes, so that's 1 a week for the whole of May. That's great. We've got it done. So now I can move on to one of the other projects. So happy days. It's not going to drag on like some projects. Just need that little bit extra time. All right. I don't know what the image is for June. I don't have the printouts handy. Well, we'll deal with it when June comes along. I'll just finish up to this top corner. And then I'm going to say goodbye. It's a bit of a short video for me. Don't even have any funny stories to tell you. Bandit and Pepper are looking at me. They're going, Mum, it's getting dark and we haven't had our supper. They got that look on their face to say, what's going on? We usually get fed around sunset. finish there, I think. It's so hard to stop once you get going. But stop. I'll have to make sure none of that's puckery and just make sure everything is seated nicely. Might pop another pin in there. Felt like it was getting a bit balloon-like. There we go. All right, guys, I hope you have a lovely evening too, and unless you're just starting your day, of course, but I'm going to toddle off. I've got chores to do, unfortunately, so you, my little friend, are going to have to wait. All right, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next video. See yous, bye.